we were thinking last night, actually, sitting around the table. Do you remember your first Christmas actually your best Christmas? The Christmas that you remember that, and we're not talking, and we're going to be commercial here, I guess, and material. As a child, the Christmas you loved the best, the gifts that you got that Christmas, always stuck in your mind as your favorite, only because of the gifts.
Right, without question.
Do you remember what it was?
Without question. And you?
Yeah, oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, one.
Yeah.
Very big one.
Yeah, there were a lot of great ones, but there is that one particular sparkling, shining, grand moment and morning that I do very strongly remember.
Well, what we're going to do here, I guess maybe in a couple of breaks, and you could be thinking about it and calling up, is you pick your favorite Christmas, and then we'll call your parents as we're going to call ours, and see if they think that was your favorite Christmas, see if they can pick that out of the air.
And it is bad, as Brian mentioned, it's kind of bad that the grandest memory that I have of this particular Christmas is because of a material thing, but it wasn't just the material thing, it was the joy in which it was given from Santa Claus and my family. So.
Oh, sure. Like I have the most special Christmas came from a relationship I have with my family and my grandparents. I'll always remember that one, but I'm talking material gifts, just to see if your parents can remember back when they spent the money and gave you the best present Christmas you ever had.
Yeah, without question. Would do you think your mom or your dad would be available by phone?
I don't know. My mom's in that work release program, so
you never know what the schedule is. Doesn't it change month to month?
It does.
You
really
never know.
Well, they're being quite lenient now.
It's tough to keep up.
She's almost 60. Well, my dad, he'd be at work.
Which would be the best one to tell?
Probably, I'd love to get my mom on the phone because she'd probably know.
Why don't you try home?
No, she's not home. She's at work.
Why don't you try work?
I don't know where she works. No, I mean I do, but I don't know the number.
All right.
She sews. She sews in a factory. But my dad, probably call my dad. What about you? Where's your mom?
I think she would be at home.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
You may do mine?
Well, what's your favorite Christmas? Commercially wise, I mean, what was your favorite? Favorite.
I had a set of drums which consisted of a bass drum, a snare drum, and one tom-tom with one cymbal. And I had been to Anderson's music store, for like 6 months, and there was this one floor tom-tom that would
I can relate.
It would make the ensemble. It was, it had a white drum head as opposed to the clear, fairly cheap drums that I had, but this was a white one, blue sparkle, which matched my set.
That is so weird. I had a blue sparkle.
Yeah. I saw the picture of you as a kid with yours, and I thought, this is too weird. We're both from the Quad Cities. We both played high school sports, and we both had blue sparkle drums.
Only the thing is, your parents bought you that set, right?
Yeah.
Okay. See, my mom helped me steal it from the high school. She would back the LPD up, and I'd run in, put it in the trunk, without even taking the cymbals off the stands, just throwing it in there. But anyway, I'm sorry, go ahead.
So anyway, I've been looking at this drum. I would go in, and they would always have a pair of sticks somewhere, so I would take the sticks and I could gently tap it, and usually for about 60 seconds to 2 minutes before they would come over and stop me from playing the drum.
Right.
Now, the drum itself was $110, which at that time was a ton of money. This was a much better drum than the ones that I had. In fact, I don't think my entire set cost $110. And I really wanted very badly this drum. Luther had made it very, very clear months and months and months before that this was much too big a gift for Santa Claus to bring, and he certainly wasn't going to buy it.
They were real expensive.
Yeah, I mean, $110. This, I was 12 or 11 or whatnot. $110 was a pile of money.
Not that good of a son anyway.
I mean, I really wasn't what you'd call the top cat in the house. And so, I mean, really, months before I had totally forgotten about it because it just was not going to happen. So Christmas morning, I go in, again, totally having forgotten about it, opened up my gifts. It was a wonderful Christmas without the drum, not even knowing that it was there. Lots of gifts, lots of clothes, lots of neat, fun, cool things. And so we're sitting on the couch. Christmas was over. Tracy and I were playing with our various toys and looking at our various things. Luther and Mary were putting the Christmas wrapping in the trash can and whatnot. And all of a sudden, my mother stood up. This was 30 to 40 minutes after we had finished. And my mother stood up and she kind of went, I don't know, but I had
Was it Luther?
No, Luther does have a stitch on Christmas morning.
I've seen him.
I'm the first to tell you.
With him.
But Mother, she was always one for the surprise. And she stood up and she said, you know, I've got this oddest feeling. I don't feel as though we're finished. And she had this real weird my mother acting.
Sell it, baby.
And so, of course, both Tracy and I kind of perk up, see what the hell's going on here. have we opened everything? And so Luther, this was the funny part, Luther playing his role, he starts looking through the Christmas wrapping to make sure that there's no box under there.
Gotta love it.
And then Luther says, no, Mary, nothing here. Well, let's all look around the room because there must be something else in here. So now my drums were set up behind the couch.
Right.
Bass drum up against the couch to muffle the sound.
Right.
So we all start looking around. Tracy was in on it too.
Oh, she was?
Yeah, she knew what was happening.
Because I was thinking she'd be real disappointed.
No, she was playing her role too.
Okay.
So we all start looking around, and I'm, of course, looking under the tree, thinking that's where the gift is hidden behind the tree. No, nothing here. And everybody's, no, there's nothing here. Mark, why don't you look around the stereo system, which is right where the drums are. So I walk around, I look at the stereo system, and I'm looking in every cabinet and every nook and cranny. Nothing was there. And so I turned around, and there my drum sat, and for the first second or two didn't notice it, but then the blue sparkle, the Christmas lights off the Christmas tree hit that blue. And so I saw it, and tears immediately began to flow. So then my mother begins to cry, my sister cried, and Luther, let's get that damn Christmas dinner going, for God's sake. That thing moving now.
Show's over.
Yeah, it was by far. Because of the surprise element, because of the tears and the joy that I shared with the family, they were all in on making that a good Christmas for me.
All right, now, do you think Mary, if we can get her on the phone, would know that that was your most special Christmas as a kid? And we're talking materially here.
Yeah, I think so. I think so. I know that she'll remember it, but I don't know if I've ever actually sat down and said, you know, that was by far the grandest Christmas that you've ever...
All right, get her on the phone.
All right.
Taking bets now. Anybody interested in betting? Arlo, what do you think? You think Mary will? You think she will? Okay. All right.
All right, call her Mary. Just talked to her just the other day on the birthday show. Mother's home. She's on the phone.
Oh, really sorry. Sorry to hear that.
She's on the phone. We can try in a minute because we do have information to give you.
She's probably talking to the loan sharks.
Still paying for that floor tub.
That drum.
Let us give you the information concerning the Christmas show, and we'll go. We got several ways we can go. We have the Barry Manilow thing from yesterday at Ralph's, which we'll probably do later.
We got to call your mom.
Mary.
Yeah, and then we got to go around the room and do this for everybody.
All right. Let me go ahead and call Mother and see if I can get her on the phone. She does spend some time on that damn telephone.
All right, now earlier we were talking about, we're going to call both our parents. Mark, we were talking about how our favorite Christmas as children, monetarily speaking, not monetarily, but materially speaking, gifts that we got. What was our favorite Christmas? Probably one Christmas stands out in your mind as your favorite one. Is she there?
Mother.
Okay, and Mark picked.
This is Mark. Hey, how you doing? Well, good. Can we put you on the air? All right, go ahead.
Hey, hi, Mary.
Hi.
How you doing?
Fine, Brian. How are you?
Just fine.
Are you behaving yourself?
No.
Hey, I'm here. Okay, I'm here.
Okay.
Talk to me now.
Busy. Mary, we were talking about Christmas as kids and what our parents did for us, and I guess in everyone's mind you have that one Christmas that you remember back as a child that meant a lot to you because of the gift, the most special gift or gifts that you received that one year. It stands out more than the other years. And so we're kind of going around the room here, and Mark was telling us about one Christmas morning that meant more to him than any other Christmas morning. And we're just going to kind of see if you can guess that morning. And guess what the gift was.
Well, all the Christmases were special, but I remember that, you mean the gift that Mark gave me or any gift I got?
Actually, the gift Santa Claus brought
me. The one that you think meant the most to me of all the Christmas gifts that I got over the years, the one that you might remember meaning the most to me.
Because he
I
has
think
one.
the gift that meant the most to you was when Santa Claus brought you your snare drum.
It was a floor tom-tom, but yeah.
But same thing.
Yeah, that's right in there.
It was the drum. That's the one.
He had gotten a set, most of them, and he wanted the tom-toms, and he didn't. We had told him that he wouldn't get it, and when he got it, he screamed and jumped over the sofa and grabbed his daddy around the neck.
Yeah, but in retrospect, Mama, I grabbed the wrong cat. Because it's universally known in our family, Luther's not necessarily the biggest Christmas guy around. He didn't really enjoy it that much. And all of the years that I spent at home, Santa Claus lived through you, Mother. And I just wanted you to know that to this day, I do still very much love Christmas and what it stands for and what it means. And that was instilled in me because of you and the way that you felt about it. And all of the efforts that you put forth to make it good for Tracy and I.
Well, it was what I wanted to do. I loved it, and you loved the 1 year we bought you dog clothes for your dog. A sweater.
Hang on here. Hang on. We must hear about this now. Mark wanted, dog clothes, Mary?
No, he said, well, why did you have to give me all dog clothes? But it wasn't all there.
She got a sweater for my dog, and so he had a sweater.
The Basset Hound?
Yeah. Had a sweater that he'd wear around outside.
As a kid, I hated getting clothes myself. But if under the tree, I would find clothes for my dog.
We always had a great Christmas. One Christmas, Mark, we were bringing in the Christmas stuff to put it around the tree, and Mark had gotten into bed with his sister. And he
hang on there, Mary. We need to investigate this just a hair more to it. Mark used to sleep with Tracy.
They were small.
Yeah, like on Christmas Eve, we'd sit there and we'd talk about Christmas gifts and whatnot. I could see where you're going with that, but I understand your concern there. No, we just sit there and talk about Christmas gifts.
There you were. Yeah.
So what were you saying, Mother?
And you got into bed with your sister, and we brought some stuff in that was in the car.
That Santa Claus had, of course, put in the car.
In the trunk, and put some around the tree, and I said to your daddy, I said, Tommy, you go get the rest. And when I said that, Tracy said he got so excited and grabbed her and said, did you hear that? Did you hear that?
Well, it was like their seventh load at this point, and they were going back for number 8, which, you got to dig as a youngin'. You got to dig that.
All right, Mary, well, you got it right, and we're going to give you $100 and tickets to see Leonard Skinner coming up at the Pantages.
What?
No, he was just
Listen up.
Talking, I know you, Brian.
I'm just talking, Mary. I'm just talking. Mary, I miss you. I haven't been able to see you in a while, not since last year, but miss you, and Merry Christmas to you.
Well, we miss you, and we love you.
Love you too, Mary.
So you have a great Christmas, and Mark, you do too, and you know how much I love you.
I know that, Mother, and I'll be talking to you real soon. We'll talk.
All righty, thanks for calling.
All right, Mama.
Bye.
Bye-bye. All right, well, there that is.
You got it right.
Yeah, well, it was that, and to this day, because of my mother and because of that she did for us as kids, she was always big on the surprise element.
Right.
She always liked to open up the gifts, and then she always had that one thing.
Yeah.
And she would act it out. She would always have us all
having fun with it.
And to this
her joy.
To this day, I still go kind of crazy at Christmas for that surprise element.
Mm-hmm.
And now we haven't even discussed your.
Well, first of all, I think you hit the nail right on the head as far as why we're Christmas animals and why we do this every single year and go crazy on the radio here, because of parents. We're lucky enough to have parents who instill the joy and the fun of Christmas. It just makes you, whether you spend a lot of money to put lights on your house or whether you don't. It doesn't matter. Inside.
We're going back to that, aren't we?
No, I'm saying get as commercial as you want to get.
Sure.
I'm not one of those people who'll just go, oh, Christmas has become too commercial. I'm not going to enjoy it. Bah humbug. Who cares?
Yeah.
It's what's inside.
It's true.
If you feel it, then go for it and just, take it as far as you want to go. Whatever makes you happy.
What was your most memorable Christmas?
Oh, man. For years leading up to this particular Christmas, like 2 or 3 years, my brother Jeff and I, my younger brother, started like at age 10, and Jeff was like 7. We wanted a pool table more than anything in life. So we would save our allowance. We got $1.50, and then eventually came to $3. We would put everything in there. Every penny we got, every penny we found, we would, I used to iron Dad's shirts for $2, for a whole basket load. It would be put into the pool table fund.
Whoa. So
after 3 years of this, we saved up $14. Now, you can't. But I think Dad and Mom really appreciated the tenacity,
sure,
and the lesson we learned, the value of the dollar. And what we were going for actually was one of those little tabletop pool tables.
Right.
I mean, that was what we wanted. We just wanted a pool table to be so cool to have in our house, and so this particular Christmas, as we talked about yesterday, woke up at 5 o'clock, knocked on the parents' door, they said, go back upstairs, we'll be out of bed at 5 o'clock in the morning. So they come out and they start the fire and they turn on the Christmas tree. Grandma and Grandpa get up, because I just felt like something was really special. I had no idea what it was, but it felt like something was incredibly special.
And of course the pool table was probably too big for Santa to bring.
Oh, absolutely.
Right,
absolutely.
so you'd written that off.
Yeah, didn't think, knew Santa was going to bring the pool table at all. Just figured that out.
Cool.
So we come downstairs and turn that corner. And First, you got to just imagine the tones in the room, the color tones. You know, the golden fire and the lamps turned real down low, and the Christmas tree on. And it's snowing out. Of course, it's just freezing. It's because the house hasn't warmed up yet. We're in our flannel pajamas, you know, and we're just in our socks, and we run down there, turn the corner, and there, filling the room, was an 8-foot pool table.
Big life.
An 8-foot pool table. Already used because Grandpa had got up about 2 hours earlier, but we weren't the first to break. But there it was. And I just remember, we have the picture in the family album, you know, of course, Grandma was there with the camera, and the mouth, you've heard of the mouth dropping to the floor. You know, it went to the basement. You know, both Jeff and I just freaked out. We didn't know whether to scream or cry or thank, or we didn't know what to do. So we inched our way closer to the pool table, and this wasn't a great pool table. You know, it was an 8-foot pool table, though, and it meant the world to us. Right? Absolutely. We inched our way closer to the pool table. And as I got closer to the pool table, on the other side of the pool table was a Christmas tree. And behind the pool table was a 5-speed bike.
Dude!
5-speeder.
Holy
looked like a 10-speed. It was a 5-speed, but it looked like a 10-speed, you know, with the ram handlebars and the racing seat and the thin tires, and just that can't be, because I wanted a bike. I asked Santa for a bike. You know,
so Santa came through too.
Can't be. It just
too much.
Can't be. No,
you overloaded.
No. Well, it's really funny is taking the little thin tire bike out on the ice, up and down the street in 35 degree below degree weather. And so that was, you know, gift-wise. I'm not talking emotional-wise again, but gift-wise, that was just the one that'll stick out in my mind the whole time.
I would imagine you had a bit of a quandary, too, because you look at the bike, you look at the pool table, back at the bike, back at the table, back. Which one do you touch first?
Well, I figured that one out. I sat on the bike and played pool all afternoon. I wheeled around the table. It was so amazing. Jeff got, I think, a race car set, which he really wanted from Santa. So Santa came through.
See, that's a cool thing about having a brother close to your age, because you get to play with your crap and his, too.
Oh, yeah.
Because he gets cool stuff.
Well, you know, Jeff and I, you know, it's kind of the same thing when you get an ice cream cone. Jeff and I had you know, I would eat the slowest because I didn't want to be
last.
I didn't want to be, like, without. He still had some ice cream. Although Jeff was the best at that. I would be eating so slow it would drip down my hand, and he would still have it just there. But the same kind of thing. We'd run downstairs and look under the tree, and we'd be like, looking at our gifts that Santa brought us, and also cutting our eyes over to see what Santa brought the brother. Can I use that? Yeah, I can use that. I can play with that one.
Can you get Mom or Dad on the phone?
I can get Dad on the phone, see if he remembers this. All right, see if he remembers this.
All right, hang on. We're going to buzz Brian's dad, see if he can pick this one out, because Mary picked it. She knew which one we were talking about, and I'm pretty sure your dad will know, too. Art's pretty plugged into this.
Yeah, he's the Christmas animal, you know. He's both my parents are.
All right, while he's getting his dad on the phone, let us remind you once again, we now have inked it with the Palladium Hollywood. You can now write us a letter and try to get tickets for the Christmas show. They'll be given out at random. Please mail those to the Mark and Brian Christmas Show, Post Office Box 95.5, Los Angeles, California 90016. And again, we're not guaranteeing that by mailing something in you'll get them. It is at random that these are selected and passed out. But we're ready for it. It's a week from this coming Friday. It'll be at the Palladium Hollywood from 6 until 10 in the morning. And we have quite the guest. Dad?
Yeah.
It's Brian.
Hi, Brian.
Hey, Art.
Hi. How you doing, Mark?
Doing all right, big fella. How are you? Getting ready for Christmas for sure?
I'm trying real hard.
Art, listen, the reason that we're calling, you're on the air, and hopefully that's okay.
I'm on the air now?
Yes, sir. Is that all right?
Can't cuss.
Now, you really go. Well, you could if you wanted to, because it's you.
Oh, shucky darn.
All right, listen, what we're doing this morning is we have been talking about some of our grandest memories as kids concerning Christmas. And Brian told us of the one single Christmas morning that meant the most to him materially. We've been talking about different feelings we had at Christmas time, but remembering the gift or gifts that meant the very, very most. He just finished telling us the story. We were wondering if you, in your own memories, could remember which one you think meant the most to Brian as a kid, walking in Christmas morning and seeing what not only you and Zelma, but Santa had brought him for Christmas.
Two things come to mind, Mark. One was a pool table, and the other was a trap set.
You hit the pool table right on the head.
Okay.
And he also took...
win, Mark. If I'm
Hey, Dad. Hey, Dad.
Hi, Bryce.
First of all, The pool table was the story, so you got that right. Secondly, you never gave me a damn trap set. I asked for it for years. Mom had to help me steal it.
It's not the time.
From the, okay, all right, sorry. From the high school band department. I never got a trap set.
It's just as what.
Come up with that. I wonder how she made the money.
She didn't make it. Remember, we backed the LTD up. You know, Mom, what, at about 3:34 in the afternoon when people are getting out of school, nobody's back there behind in the band room. She would back it up and she'd like look both ways, keep the engine running. I'd run in, grab the set and throw it in there, and then she'd get up early Monday morning the following Monday to help me return it before the band leader knew.
Now, Art, he had talked about, the story he was telling was the pool table where they had saved up money for years and finally after 3 years had saved up $14.
Jeff and I, Dad.
And you knew you were going to have to toss in and help out. But he also talked about that when they walked in and saw the pool table, directly behind the pool table was also his 10-speed bike that Santa had brought him.
Right.
And it was tough for him to make a decision as to which one to play with first, bike or pool table. So he told us he worked it out. He sat on his bike while he played pool.
You know, gift-wise, Dad, you had to know that was just the biggest Christmas for both Jeff and I.
Well, actually, Bri, the pool table was kind of an investment in the future because I figured if you got good enough on that, I could retire early.
Which didn't happen, did it?
No, I've played it. It really didn't happen. It just didn't come together, all right? Listen, what are you and Zelma doing for Christmas this year?
Hopefully visiting with my son.
Mm-hmm.
You absolutely will, but do you know about Jeff?
Not for sure yet. He's doing everything he possibly can. But
well, don't tell Mom this, but it's been worked out.
It has?
Yeah.
Oh, Brian, you're fantastic.
The 25th.
When?
The 25th.
That's when he gets home?
Yeah, he can only stay for one day, Dad, but the 25th.
Oh, Brian, you're great.
All taken care of, but I was going to tell you, but I didn't want to tell Mom.
You are the greatest.
Very cool.
Well, then don't tell Zelma.
Cool.
What time does he arrive? Do you know what time he gets?
Oh, yeah, he's leaving early the 25th, coming down from Michigan, and so he should be there.
And he's got to go back the same day?
No, he's got to go back actually the 26th. So he'll be there. He'll be there for the night.
Well, you're great at this, Brian. Work it out to where you get him at the airport, you get him home, and somehow, I'm going
to tell Mom I'm going up to the store for a Tombstone pizza.
All right, cool. Go get him.
And see, the store's about 5 minutes away. The airport's about 40.
So you ate a couple while there.
Or stop by Roger's house to say hi, and then we'll pull up and walk in with Jeff. She'll freak out.
All right, now Art, don't tell her now.
I won't breathe a word.
No, he's good at this. He won't.
All right, very cool.
In fact, he'll start acting depressed, saying, "Oh yeah, Jeff can't come. Got a call today."
All right, now Art, Brian has a video camera that he should be able to capture this, but do me one favor, okay?
Say once more, please.
Brian has a video camera that he should be able to capture all of this so he can bring it back and let me see it, but do me one favor when he gets there, okay?
Surely.
Get out the instruction booklet and figure out how to work it, because he hasn't done that yet. If you do that,
No, I gave him a video camera last year. He'll run his.
Well, somebody capture it so that I can see it.
All right.
We'll do that.
All right, Dad.
We'll do it, Mark.
Can't wait to see you, Dad. I love you very much. And
love you, son.
All right.
Bye-bye.
See you, Art.
Bye-bye, Mark.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you.
All right. Well, that's a lot of fun.
Parents, man.
That's a lot of fun.